Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be fixing something that became a problem when I installed the SPT Performance exhaust on the WRX, and that being that it sags down a lot. So you can see that the exhaust really just droops down. It does not even get close to meeting the gap in the bumper, and it looks really strange, especially when you're further behind the vehicle. And so what we're going to be doing today is replacing the exhaust hangers with some universal ones. I'll show you how we're going to lift up that droopiness and try to get it a little more flush where it's supposed to be. So currently I have some red polyurethane exhaust hangers on there right now. So they're a little bit upgraded. They're a little stiffer so they don't droop down as much. However, we can still adjust that. So what I have here, I got these on eBay. You can get them on Amazon, pretty much anywhere. These are adjustable exhaust hangers. And so what we have here is a series of holes. Your traditional exhaust hanger would be these two holes right here. So this hole here and this hole here. And what that's going to do is space apart your muffler and the hanger, and you're going to have a significant gap. What we're going to end up doing is using these top two holes, and that is going to pull apart this entire gap here. So you can see we have probably a 1.5 inch gap, maybe a 1.5 inch gap between this hole, and it's spongy in here to give it a little bit of movement. But we're going to use this part here that's solid and is going to connect these two here. Now you may get a little bit more vibration noticeable in the car. I doubt you're going to notice anything, but because my car is already somewhat loud and the SPT exhaust is still a little bit louder and all the other vibrations and noises, I'm not worried about it. But I'm going to cut it right there and just use these two notches. And the reason I'm cutting it there is so that I don't have all this extra in the way. Okay, so I'm going to just cut this. And it may be a little difficult to cut depending on the material that you got, but it is worth it. So I'm going to go down through this with a razor blade. You could use a Dremel or a saw or anything like that, but just going down through a razor blade should cut this fairly easy. If you have to kind of put a little bit of tension on there, just be careful, obviously, that you're not cutting yourself. Okay, it doesn't have to look pretty. Nobody's going to see this, so do not worry about that part. But we have 4 of these to do, so I'm just trying to do this as efficiently and quickly as possible. So that is our end result. We have just this hanger instead of all of this under there. Now we're just going to have this. This is going to be our new hanger. So like I said, they're not pretty, but there they are, and they should get the job done and make this look just a little bit better. Bear with me. There you can see the exhaust hanger in there. Hopefully the focus will stay on that, and you can see kind of what I'm doing. So if you guys don't have an exhaust hanger tool, which I don't, and I really should get one, you can use a couple different things to try and make this a little bit easier. You can use, it's going to sound gross, but you can use some kind of sex lubricant. You can use anything, WD-40, anything to kind of lubricate and make it kind of, I'm going to use VRP from Chemical Guys. It is a vinyl rubber plastic protectant, but it really makes the rubber slippery and it dries up, and you know, it doesn't stay wet and gross. Here's the exhaust hanger. I'm just going to squirt a little bit of this stuff into my fingers. And I'm telling you, it's going to make this so much easier to remove. I'm just going to put a little bit of it around, smear it on there, and it should pop right off. Gonna get in there and pull on it. And boom. Now we have our new one, and we're going to do the same thing. It should just slide right on. Again, you're probably going to have to physically push up on your exhaust to get to line up, but there it is. The new one is now installed. Okay, so you should be able to see here, we did fix a lot of the gap. I think we definitely improved it, but it's still not perfect, and you can still see, you know, there's definitely still a gap there. It is even on both sides. It does, you know, still have a gap, but I believe it was originally down to like, I don't know, there was the top of the exhaust tip. So we probably did raise this thing up like 1.5 inches or so. But there's one more thing to consider. Lowering the mid pipe actually just by a little bit will almost pivot off of the front hanger and allow the exhaust to sag in the back of the muffler, which should push the front up, if that makes any sense. So what I'm thinking about doing, I have this upgraded Cobb polyurethane mount holding up the mid pipe, and what I could do is swap it out with this one, which is also polyurethane, but I could pull the exhaust down and space it out further. which would be basically putting it in, I would say this hole and maybe this hole, or even doing this hole and then this hole. All right, so I'm not sure if this is going to be an improvement or not, but I did actually double up the hangers. I could fit 2 on there. So I got 2 hangers on there to hopefully help with the compression, because it's definitely trying to pull these 2 hangers together. And I think by doing this, it's going to kind of help fix that issue. I did consider putting a longer hanger in the back of the muffler so the back of the muffler could droop down and allow the front to go up, but I did try that already and it didn't seem to work. Well guys, I don't know about you, but I would say that is a night and day difference. Look at that. That is so much better. I mean, it's not perfect. Actually, that might be perfect. A little bit higher could be good, but I think that is just about perfect. That looks so much freaking better. Look at that. So here's your before and after. Well guys, I think this looks absolutely fantastic. It's night and day difference between what it looked like before with these polyurethane hangers. So I can only imagine how bad it is with the stock hangers, because these are a little bit stiffer than the stock hangers. So we removed these and installed those universal hangers, and then we also extended the mid-pipe hanger by a little bit. And I think we got an absolutely amazing result here. So if you guys are suffering with the same problem, regardless of the exhaust system, look into doing that. Like I said, the only thing you might have is a little bit of extra vibration in the back of the car. It has not really been noticeable at all, especially if you already have a loud exhaust or loud music, or your car already vibrates, which the WRX is already notorious for making all kinds of noises and vibration and squeaks and bumps and knocks and all sorts of fun noises because it's a Subaru. And so you're not even going to notice these, so don't worry about it. That's going to be it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you found this helpful. We are so freaking close to 10,000 subs. If you enjoy my content, please share it with a friend or your family. Please share, like, comment, subscribe. We're going to do something fun, hopefully, for the 10,000 sub mark once we do get there, but we are very close. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.